Well, to me, this first experience in publishing cases was very exciting. I usually depend heavily on cases in my classroom. I find it a very useful experiential learning tool that helps me really get the message through to the students. When engaged in case studies, I find students more interested, more engaged, and more importantly, they understand the concepts that are being covered in class and how to apply them in real case scenarios. So this is why I was interested in cases in general. And then the case hub at OSB that was established by OSB a while ago really motivated me to start this journey. The workshops that were delivered by really experts in the field of case writing and learning objectives of the case, writing the learning objectives of the case, were very helpful. So I decided to try it by myself, and really I can describe it as rewarding at the personal level and at the professional level, and seeing students really interact with the case that I personally was heavily engaged in is so rewarding. Teaching cases in general is very beneficial in class, but definitely when you write the case, you really have lived all the details of the story behind the case. You really understand, because the process that you go through when writing the case, you interact a lot with the protagonists in the case. So you really to get to know them better, the way they think, the process that they went through in their decision-making process. So it becomes really more relatable to you as an instructor when teaching the case, and you can really apply it better in class in a more engaging manner. I would not say that I'm tailoring the case to the course. I would say that from the start, the story of the case and the course should be a perfect fit in terms of the concepts that could be applied, the concept taught in class that could be applied to the case, and a perfect fit as well with the learning objectives of the course in general. What requires a little bit of tailoring, I would say, the storyline and the data and information in the case to be rich enough and comprehensive enough so that students would have in their hands all needed information to really put themselves in the decision-maker shoes and take the sound decision that they see fit in the context. And you need to keep this case as much focused as possible on its learning outcome. I did invite the protagonists to the classroom before actually publishing the case. This had the two added values, not only to the student, but to the case writing itself. First, while discussing the case in class, the protagonist gave the students the context behind the decision that they were facing in the case. And then I started with the students, guiding students towards the decision point through different stages whereby different concepts covered in class can be used and analyzed in order to reach the decision. So many perspectives popped up in the discussion that we found very valuable in the case and to include in the case. And definitely to the student, it was very rewarding, because when they engaged with the protagonists themselves, they felt the case more real, more relatable, and they understood really the context very well when interacting directly with the protagonists and asking them questions of certain reasoning that they followed or considerations that they took into account. Well, at the end of the day, we are a university operating in the MENA region. Most of our students are from the MENA region. So whenever we discuss a case in class about a company that operates in this regional, we find students more excited because really they know about the company, they know a bit about its history, its achievements, its performance in the market. Sometimes they would be the company's customers, so they would have like their own personal biases in the discussion. So they relate better, and as well, they understand the context well, the cultural, social context. So whatever decision we're trying to have them make, they are able to really take the context, the culture into consideration. So it's very important. In addition, most probably our students would end up leaders in institutions in the MENA region. So this would help them as well later on because they have had this experience. And I believe actually that in the MENA region we have a lot of successful companies, we have lots of successful stories, and the companies have faced so many challenges that it's worth learning from, and definitely they are valuable from the learning aspect, and they are usually underrepresented, if we want to say, in case publishing. Well, I advise first-timers who want to go into the case, as my situation is, really find a story that excites you. If the story is exciting to you first, and a major component in the excitement of the story is the fit between the story and the learning objectives and the concepts covered in class. So I think this is the number one that helps you get motivated to write. Second, I advise everyone to reach out for guidance, for assistance. To me, the director of the Case Hub, Dr. Randa Salamoon, was a great help to me. The time she invested, coaching, mentoring, giving ideas, giving feedback was so helpful. And maybe it's not a bad idea to start your first case co-writing it with someone who is experienced in writing cases. This decreases the level of anxiety and really not knowing whether you are on the right track or not, so you would have the needed support to kick off this journey.